Hello, and welcome to the Finny Games. It's your host, BBG, aka BrokeBlackGamer. What's good, my BG? So it looks like the 9070 will be priced at $549, so those rumors came to fruition. And it looks like the 9070 XT will be selling for $600. That's a great deal in my opinion. A lot of NVIDIA fanboys are saying it should have been $500, but a GPU that is competing with the 5070 Ti is essentially selling for $400 cheaper because these do not sell at MSRP. So how cheap do y'all want it? In my opinion, this is duopoly. So thanks NVIDIA for making the Radeon 9070 XT affordable, and all of those who want the CUDA and all that for extra, you guys can pay $1,000 for your professional 5070 Ti, a 3-year-old GPU that has MFG, but at least you can benefit from G7, whatever. And also, it looks like that the 5070 Ti will have a 2% lead over the 9070 XT while it's overclocked. So because it says overclocked, I don't think that's comparing it to the 5070 Ti overclocked, because the 5070 Ti overclocked is capable to being right on par with the 4080 Super. Again, it is going to be very interesting to see the difference between these two cards when we actually get some real benchmarks. I kind of trust the 9070 XT benchmarks, but again, I don't really 100% trust them just because I can't, guys. I'm sorry. Until we see all the 9070 XTs on the shelves and we know we can buy them and they stay at a consistent price for longer than the launch, like, I'm not going to put any faith in any of these companies anymore. They lost my trust, and I hope they still don't have yours. Mainly because we've just been screwed, not because I have any particular bias. I mean this with all of the companies. I think we should all do a better job of looking out for each other and making sure that we're all aware in the community that they are not for us anymore. We have to look out for each other because they'll not look out for us. Again, I do think this price is fair. I think it's good. If it does sell at this price, I would love to get one, and I would still like to get one for the channel. But there's a little part of me that's a little skeptical because I'm not 100% convinced that they'll sell for this price. But if they do, it's still great. But to me, it seems, again, calculated. Well, we'll just say that the MSRP of the 5070 Ti is $750, but we'll sell it for $900. And that way you can lower your price $150 from the MSRP, and that's still a pretty big cut. But if you need to raise your price a little bit due to scarcity or inflation, you can do that too. But again, they're still using G6 memory, not even G6X memory. And the 5070 Ti is using G7 memory, and it still does benefit from the CUDA. And like I said, they are not showing, and I do not believe they are showing it compared to a 5070 Ti while it's overclocked, because there are going to be a lot of third-party AIB partners that are linking up with this 9070 XT to give it crazy overclocking, like the Red Devil that's like has a 900 watt recommended power supply. That one, for example, I'm sure that one will overclock like crazy. But either way, this is a win for gamers if it does sell at MSRP. If it doesn't sell at MSRP, then we are all going to continue to be because that's just what they do to us these days. Would like to wait until we get more info and some real benchmarks before I give my opinion on the 9070 XT, just because I do not trust at face value corporate benchmarks, corporate MSRPs, or corporate rhetoric of any kind. I'm not buying any of it. But I will say I'll trust them for now until proven otherwise. So we will see. The Finny Games are over for today.
This is a situation where it really needs to change, because the duopoly that exists needs two competitors that actually want to fight each other, not one that is just trying to pick up the scraps and maintain status quo because, good enough. We've got CPUs. We've got server. They really need to go after each other here in a big way. If one is the leader and the other one is content to follow so closely that it can smell the leather jacket.
Do you like my jacket?
Then that's just not going to create a healthy market. Not sure what they use to treat the leather either. That also might not be healthy to keep breathing in as deeply as AMD is when it's following NVIDIA that closely.